Hi, Grizzlies. Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and today we continue to look at the case of 16-year-old Kiely Rodni. Stand by. I can hear myself. That was short. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be too long. We're going to watch it again so that we can see exactly what was said. So just stand by for that. I am still so happy she was found. Same. Yep. Hello, everyone. So I'm just going to leave the scroll bar on while everyone's coming here. And I just quickly, just hold on 1 second. I'm just waiting. Sorry. I went live a little bit earlier than expected because I wasn't too sure how long they would be. Give me your thoughts in the comments so far. And I hope you can hear me properly. Right? So far. Okay. Can you hear me properly? Are we all good? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. You just watched. Yeah, we're going to watch it as well in case anyone missed it. Because you might have missed it. So wow, it's going to take some time for their live stream to process. That's the one problem, right? I think there was foul play involved. The vehicle wasn't upside down. It literally was. Didn't they say it? The vehicle was upside down. What? Adventures with Purpose are terrific and have given closure to so many families over the last couple of years. I know, right? Can you believe it? Yes, I've got a map to show you guys exactly. We're going to look at videos and everything. What I want to do is just see if I can use the link that I posted here to see it. Okay, cool. So I'm going to put this on now because if you live stream, sometimes then on the channel, like right now, if you go to the channel, you can't see the live stream because it takes time to process. So I'm just going to play this right now while it's still available here. Okay. So if you just saw this, bear with me. It wasn't long at all. It was a maximum of 9 minutes. Let's watch this together and see what Doug Bishop and Nick Rinn from Adventures with Purpose say.
Debrief of our efforts searching for and finding Kiely Rodni. Anything within this video may be used by any news agency or outlet within their own news reporting. This is only an announcement and briefing. Fully edited episodes will be released soon, so please be patient. We have found Kiely Rodni's vehicle and have confirmed that there were remains inside.
An official identification of the remains will be made and announced by authorities once their investigations are complete. Please understand and respect this is a highly active investigation by the FBI and multiple local sheriff's departments, and we are limited to the scope of details we can release.
A highly active investigation. Okay, and so they are limited to the details that they can release.
We began our search for Kiely at Prosser Reservoir on August 21st at 10:40 a.m. We placed 2 sonar boats in the water. By 11:15 a.m., Nick detected an object underwater using cutting-edge Garmin sonar technology. I was able to then confirm that it was, in fact, a vehicle in roughly 14.
Sorry, you guys, I just have to slow the chat down. Ooh, my word. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Just give me 1 second. I hope that you watched that as well on their channel. If not, go subscribe over there to Adventures with Purpose. They have said that we can literally use it to show you guys. Anyone can use it for their news reporting and everything, which I really appreciate that they say that, you know. So just hold on 1 second. Let's just quickly put the slow mode on because you guys are all arriving. Okay, are we ready to continue? Here we go. The footage they showed was a little bit grainy, but that's understandable with, you know, this is not their final production, as they've said. They are going to make a full episode on this case, okay?
14 feet of water and only 55 feet offshore. After marking the vehicle with our magnet, Nick suited up in his dive gear and conducted the dive to formally identify and assess the vehicle, with me running OTS comms topside. Once we confirmed it was indeed Kiely's vehicle, we immediately notified family, law enforcement, and Dad and Grandpa were on scene within minutes.
So just listen to what they said. They immediately notified family, law enforcement, and then dad and grandpa were on scene. So, which Steve, the PI that was out there as well, also confirmed. For anyone trying to debunk that Steve's not a real PI and all that kind of thing, because people say that about him, he wouldn't be allowed at the scene amongst everyone if he wasn't one. They, of course, had to hand in IDs and all kinds of things. So anyway, he was saying that the grandpa was out there. Remember when he was here with us on the stream yesterday, and he's like, gotta go, because he was talking to Kiely's grandfather, who was saying he's not leaving the scene. He's going to stay there because they found the vehicle. Oh, that's so sad. So they did contact the family, because I also see that going around on social media, that this was so terrible of them to put it out on Facebook and wherever without notifying the family. They did.
Please refer to our episodes for complete search investigation that we conducted. These episodes will be released very soon. Again, this takes time to edit. We will need to put these together in an appropriate way in order to respect law enforcement as well as the family. That those should be out, I would estimate, probably within the next week or so. The Placer County Sheriff's Department, Nevada County Sheriff's Department, the entire Placer County Sheriff's dive team has been incredible to work with. We understand that the resource we provide with our unique skill set is rare, and it is an honor to help agencies and families all across the nation. We will be working together with authorities here to share this knowledge over the next couple of days. It is always our mission to promote and share the techniques we utilize so that our purpose can help as many people as possible.
We'd like to thank all of our supporters. We can't thank all of you enough for your donations and putting us in this position as we continue to grow.
Remember, this is a volunteer search team. And these are YouTubers and professional divers that have found purpose in helping out in missing persons cases, which is amazing. Thank you to everyone who donated to the channel yesterday. Everything has been donated to Adventures with Purpose. Thank you for helping me do that. And let's continue to support them. You can sign up for a monthly recurring payment, or you can make one lump sum, or you can become a member of their channel. There's many ways to support them. You can pick up merch. Definitely pick up the tool that they have as well to put on your car keys, which I'll show you a video of as well.
And help more families. Simply watching our episodes, liking, sharing, subscribing, and following our social media platforms enables us to do what we do. So thank you all for putting us in this position.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us help families, and it's free. It's free to subscribe. Additionally, we would like to acknowledge the incredible support from law enforcement agencies across the U.S., including the FBI. We hope to continue our efforts hand in hand with them with the upcoming cases of Jalissa Fuentes in Selma, California, and also Annette Adams in San Obispo, California, coming up later this week. At this time, I'd like to thank our entire team for making this happen. It's not just me. It's not just Nick. There's an entire team of us that are out here. We collectively go through these cases, these investigations, and it takes a team to do so. I'd like to bring you guys on camera at the moment and thank the entire team that made this entire trip possible. Carson, Cade, Kevin, Josh Cantu, Devin. This is our entire team. Like I said, it's not me. It's not Nick. It takes an entire village, including you guys, that put us in this position to do this. And it's an honor, because without your support, we would not be able to do what we do. So thank you guys.
For anyone just arriving now, thank you for being here. I'm sure you could be many places right now. I really appreciate you being here. Just to recap, we are watching the Adventures with Purpose live stream that they just had, where they offered us just a little bit more insight, but they said they are limited to how much information they can share because it's a highly active investigation. Those were their words, right? So the vehicle was found in 14 feet of water, 55 feet off the shore. So that's not too far in, right? Wow. And so we're just looking at some of the details they shared. They're showing the team. Jared is not here in this stream right now. And let's just finish watching this. And then we're going to discuss a whole bunch. I've got videos to show you and everything. So hang in there. Hit the like button while you wait for that. And make sure you subscribe to Adventures with Purpose as well, because they do an amazing job. Oh my word! And then there's the press conference as well today. That is happening at, man, these time zone things. Sorry for all the little stream changes here. Time zones. I'm in the Netherlands, so I normally calculate from Eastern time, but then there's Pacific time and Truckee time, which is the same time as Pacific time, and then their live stream. And I was just trying to figure it all out. Thankfully, we're all here together now. So the press conference will be happening in about an hour and 40 minutes. Okay.
Thank you guys as a team. We appreciate all your hard work on the road. It's not easy. We travel across the entire nation.
Thanks.
Day after day, state after state, city after city, helping family after family and agency after agency. And it's a lot of hard work when we're out here and we're trying to do something that hasn't been done before. And thankfully, we're in the position to do so because of you guys and all of you at home.
Thanks, guys.
We will be taking the next 2 days to properly debrief, decompress, and prepare for our next case, which is 22-year-old Gisela Fuentes in Selma, California.
Oh man, I'm so glad that they're helping out in Gisella's case as well. I can go over, let me make a note. We can go over that case as well after we've seen videos and everything. I've covered it about 2 or 3 times now during all these streams. If you missed it though, we'll just go over it as well.
Please keep the Rodni family in your thoughts and prayers as we are. Hug your loved ones a little tighter and take the time to take time, as we never know when it will be our last opportunity to do so. I hope, as tragic as this outcome turned out to be, that this will carry on so that we are able to help the next family.
Yes, please support them. If you don't like the interruptions, go watch it on their channel. That's what I asked you guys to do, right? Jared is home getting the second RV and Garrity. Thank you so much, Matt Bond. Okay, great. So he's not behind the camera. He's at home getting the second RV and Garrity. Thank you so much.
Like we did here. Thank you.
At this point, we mentioned earlier, you guys are free to use anything that we've shown in this video in your own news reporting. We'd also like you guys to take consideration that we are fielding a lot of requests for interviews. We will process them as we do get to them. Again, we thank all of you for putting us in this position. It wouldn't be possible without you. I know we say that enough, but at the end of the day, we're just normal guys put in the position by you. Without your support, none of this would be possible. So thank you. I think maybe we have a few questions that are coming in right now. If we can field those from Jared, who's on there, we can add a few bit more of information on this before we end it.
Right? It's not that. Oh,
give me a second, guys. Please
pretty
be patient.
far in. Well, yeah, I guess not. Yeah, it's all relative, I suppose.
Mental health, emotionally trying.
Stand by. They're asking a question here. I just want to also say, Sammy, she didn't move. She just went for a little break. She did not move, just to clear up that rumor. I believe she went to Montana for a timeout.
I'm always focusing on our team and our mental state, our emotional state. This is Nick's first solved case that he's been a part of. Devin, as well as Kevin. And we focus on the positive. As tragic as this is, I always drill home to these guys to focus on what we're doing. We're providing answers for families. We're helping law enforcement close cases. That's a positive thing. We can't allow ourselves as professionals as we become to get caught up in some of the other things that aren't going to benefit us to get caught up in. So we're focusing in maintaining our mental focus on the positive aspects of what it is that we do, which is providing answers.
Don't worry, I'm going to show some more of the drone footage, but Sherry, it's literally on my channel. It's literally, there's videos there of the drone footage. And if you're talking about the one that we showed yesterday, that is on Twitter, on @SF_investigates. He's got links there for you to watch the unlisted drone footage videos.
Yeah. Again, please, I'd like to encourage each and every one of you, if you have not done so already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Any more questions? Again, this is servicing as a press release debrief. This is not a fully edited episode. Again, we could not release a lot of the details right away due to the climate surrounding this case. It is an ongoing, active investigation by the FBI, Placer County Sheriff's Department, and Nevada County Sheriff's Department. Please respect that they have to do their job. They have a lot of work to do, and the official identification of Kiely will come in the next few days, I'm sure. That will be made from the medical examiner. Please keep the Kiely family, Kiely Rodni's family, in your hearts, in your prayers. This is a healing time for them. Please respect that. Send them all the good vibes that you can. They need this in this moment.
Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it. Then they just showed some footage. Thank you for watching that with me. I really appreciate it. Go subscribe to them, Adventures with Purpose. They have 420 videos that you can binge watch, and you can see how they dive out all sorts of things, but especially cars. And so they've solved 24 now. It was 23 before Kiely Rodni's case. 24 missing persons cases. I mean, some of them had been missing for a very long time. So they really are amazing. Adventures with Purpose in the chat. Welcome, Adventures with Purpose. You are so welcome to be right here on the show. If you email me right now, grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. Oh, sorry, that's my website, grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. I can send you a link if you want to say a few words to the Grizzlies. This community absolutely loves what you guys do. We support you fully. So you are more than welcome. Yep. Thank you so much for your hard work. Oh, man, this case could have easily gone cold. Imagine that, guys. That would be incredibly scary, right? So thank you. Thank you that we could show the stream as well. I just quickly want to now check my emails, guys, in case they do actually email. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. And while I do that, I would like to show you, let me show you this video. I know it's sad music and everything, but it is a sad situation, okay? And I've just compressed it for you and made it a little bit faster so that you can see how they very carefully pulled Kiely's vehicle out of the water, okay? Even this is a phenomenal job that they did, because if there's a person inside which is yet to be confirmed as Kiely, you have to be so careful to protect the evidence, you know? So remember, I've sped this up, so they're not like running around. It was done very methodically, slowly. It's very heartbreaking to watch, I agree. Thank you for being here with me to watch it. I'm going to put this back on now. I just want to show you again, in case you guys didn't know, Adventures with Purpose. This is their, let me just pin this. You guys know I like to pin things. I'm going to pin their channel as well to remind you guys to go and subscribe over here. You can join membership. You can also find all their links and websites, merch, Amazon wishlist, Facebook, everything over here. Okay. So make sure you go over there to the page and subscribe. All right. So let me show you this again. Thank you. Thank you, mods, for sharing that. Hey, thank you for joining. That's awesome, Jess. Thank you, Elmer's World. I'll show you on the map as well where this is, okay? We will look at the map so that you can see. PT Nodaman, please make sure you donate to Adventures with Purpose, okay? Go to their donation page, but thank you so much for the super sticker. Yeah, this is very sad. Peace, absolutely. They are bringing peace to the families. Are you guys disturbed by the music? Want it to be silent? Sure, what a job to get this car out. You guys know you can mute it on your side, right? Yeah. Okay, and now what I want to show you, this. Sorry, I'll mute this one. What I want to show you is the drone footage that Steve took. And a lot of you guys actually pointed out some stuff from this drone footage, and admittedly, I thought, wait, what? You know, what do you mean? But now that I've seen the map and everything, I'm like, you know, you guys went all that far off. Okay, welcome. If Steve's in the chat, I see you guys all saying hi to Steve. Hi, Steve. All right. So, see that some of you love the music, some of you hate it. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna play this footage. I'll just be quiet then. So again, I've just taken a portion of the footage, and I'll show you the map after this. Okay. So can I put it on slightly? I'll put it on softly. Okay. So there is that sandbank. How do I show this on the mouse now? Okay, let's just watch it, and then I'll show you the map after. It'll make more sense. So just if you do look to, wait, sorry for all the indecision. I'm just like, wait, I want to show you the best way possible. So let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Let's make myself smaller so that you can actually see. All right. Then I'll show you this again. It'll have more impact so you can understand. All right. So here we've got the map, right? And I'm just going to try to orientate myself northward. You guys know I like to face north so that I know. So a lot of people are getting confused that the car was found by the boat ramp. I see it posted all over social media, like, so sad that she was found right here, but she was not found by this boat ramp. Okay, where you see, I have no idea why is my mouse not showing anymore? So annoying. Focusing on the cause and not the clicks. Honest and underrated respect. Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you. So if you look at, does anyone know how to activate my mouse on this Google Earth? I don't know why it's actually not active right now. Just hold on 1 second. I don't know why it's not doing that. But anyway, so you can see the point that says Kiely's car. That's near where her car was found, you see? So it's not at the boat ramp. And you can also see the party location, right? So if we consider that which is likely, to me, it's 50-50. Okay. Like, to me, it's 50-50. That's my opinion. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, no, obviously she drove in there herself. I don't know at this point. I don't know until we've got more facts, until the autopsy has been completed, until we know more things. I don't like to put blinders on. So, yeah, I think about every possible scenario, what could have happened. I mean, even if one says, yep, yeah, she took a wrong turn, drove in there herself. Well, if you were going to say she drove in there herself, then you also have to speculate all those possibilities. You know what I mean? Like, why? So anyway, so if this was the party location, and wait, I just want to see, earlier I was saying this. Okay, so if she turns here, if she turned from the party location and turned right, and then would have to turn right again, she could have easily turned left by mistake and then driven in. But there were no tire tracks, which I find quite weird. But either way, the car ended up in the water, whether there's tracks or not. You know what I mean? So her car was found around here. So if I just move it, I'm going to turn it like this. We'll make it 2D. Okay. If I move it so we can see the party location. Wait, there we go. So you can see nicely. If I move it like that, you can see how it's very plausible for her to actually drive there, right? By herself. Sorry, I'm just checking all kinds of messages and emails. Okay. It is plausible, but it's also still plausible that there could be a cover-up of some sorts. You know what I mean? When one has to speculate, when one does speculate foul play, maybe we're thinking of something like an OD that is then covered up. We don't know. We don't know at this point yet, right? No one wanted this outcome, yet now the two main parts of this puzzle have been found. Absolutely. Kiely and her car, all the key evidence needed to be found. Now law enforcement can get more information about what happened. Absolutely, Greg. I do also hope that her phone is in the car. That could also have a lot of information, because even that timeline still I struggle with. The 12:33, the 12:36, all of that ending up in the water, how long it might take, even if maybe an iPhone has 1% battery or 5 or 10, sometimes it takes a while to actually go completely dead. So that's interesting to me, right? Maybe the tire tracks were brushed away with, what did you say? Wow, the chat's just zooming right past. Sorry. Sorry, Bill. Saw your message there, flew right by, and I'm scrolling up, but it's just like, but I agree with you. It's either like so obvious, like, oh my word, 16. She was speculatively, according to what we've heard, really drunk, okay? Really out of it, in no state to drive. Sure, she could have made a wrong turn easily and driven in there herself. Yes. There's just a few little details that still bug me. I'm not going to share all of them right now. And some of them I can't even share, because I'm like, I'm just thinking about a lot of things, I have to take time to think about everything. Is there a cliff of any sort? Well, not here. That embankment that Steve showed on his drone footage was, sorry, this is now a weird view. More over here, like over here, there's quite a steep drop off this side. You know what? Google, could you just show my damn mouse? I'm so sorry you guys can't see my mouse. It sucks. The car clock will tell exactly when the car entered the water, and the autopsy will tell the rest. Oh, interesting. We will wait for that, yes. And just remember, I didn't blame Sammy now. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm saying, what we do still know is that a 16-year-old was left behind, according to all the stories we've heard. And that in itself sucks. But how she ended up in the water, we do not know that yet. We do not know that. So this is pretty steep as well. But now that you've seen, just so that you can see visually that the boat ramp is northward now, right? Hold on, I'll just make it like this. And Kiely's car was found here where this blue point is, all right? So if we do it like this. And so what we're gonna look at now is the drone footage. Wait, and I believe, just wanna see. Like this. I believe the drone, wait, let's just see, it was being flown, yeah, this way from the blue point to the yellow point towards there. Okay, so we're going to look at that. If I miss any of the messages, I'm so sorry. There's so many of them, right? Okay, so have a look at this. You see? Oh, Google, the Google Earth, it's from 2020, so it's not as accurate looking at the water. This is the drone footage from August 18th, okay? I'm just quickly going to remove this. If you guys do want to share Steve's Twitter handle, mods, if you can. I don't know if you already have been. If I missed it, sorry. But that would be great. Steve Fisher on Twitter. And he's got links as well to other drone footage that we looked at yesterday. But the links are there for you guys to watch. All right. So look at this. Now, this is what some of you sent me. You can already see on the footage. How will I point at it? Look at the look at that circle on the water. You see the circle on the water? It's like a concentric circles happening there. Well, that was on August 18th, I believe. Steve, I don't know if you took it on the 17th, but on the 18th, that bubble is happening in the water. So the car, could it have drifted? If you look to if you follow the left embankment, right on that side opposite the circle, so right behind us pretty much now is where the car was found. So it could have drifted a little bit, possibly, right? So just look at that. That's what you guys were sending me. Absolutely. Justice for all. Family, friends, police, adventures with purpose, all need prayers right now. Please send good thoughts, love, and prayers. Yes, guys. See that water there? That's what you guys were sending me. And I'm first like, wait, what? But it really wasn't far off from there where her car was found. Even here, it's almost like so close to where her car was found. This footage right here. See? Like that. If I went back here, look. So close. It's a man-made reservoir, right? Prosser Reservoir. Interesting. No, sorry. Yeah, you can see the bubble activity, right? Wow, if anyone's here and you don't know about this case, we're looking at the case of Kiely Rodni, 16-year-old who went missing on August 6th, shortly after midnight, 2022. after attending a party at this campground that's being flown over right here. And after 2 weeks, just more than 2 weeks of searching, so after 2 weeks, Adventures with Purpose went out there to help out. I mean, there were 16 agencies looking for Kiely Rodni. So even here, there's a hill. It's steeper than it looks, I guess you're saying. So in the distance now, I'll turn my map so you can see like this. Wait for it. In the distance. Like that, I think. Flying from, okay, we're flying the other side. Sorry, I just want to turn around. Okay. Oh, sorry. Kiely's car. Wait for it. I just want to zoom out a bit. Kind of like that. Yep, like that. Thank you. Thank you for saying the music's perfect for the video. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. So even if I go here to 3D, you can see it like that, right? All right. So I hope you're understanding. Hope you can see it. Yes, I also hope that Adventures with Purpose gets the reward. And I know that they would give it to the family, which would be amazing. Diana Iran is in the chat. Her message, Diana Iran, this family is going through the worst time of their lives and they need lots of support. Thank you so much for being here with us. Diana Iran, if you guys don't know, is Naomi Iran's mom. We covered her case as well here. And man, that was hard as well for us as well. Never mind. Imagine for the families, guys. Can you imagine? So if you missed out on that case coverage, you can check it out because we were really hoping that Naomi would be found alive and well and be brought home safely to her family. And sadly, that was not the case. In Kiely Rodni's case, also sadly not. And what her family's going through, I can't even begin to imagine. Yeah, if they do, they don't collect it, but they sometimes forward it to the family, right? They would give it to the family. So I hope they do. Okay, I'll make this big on the screen. Let's make it like this. All right, so now you guys can see an image of when Kiely's car was taken out of the water. So this is a publicly available image, and I know this has brought about speculation because it looks like the front window may be smashed, which could be, I don't know from what. I don't want to speculate too much right now. I'm waiting to hear what they say at the press conference. These things will take time, as we've learned in every other case, right? I can just see that the back window is just more than halfway down. So that's interesting as well. I can see that one of the mirrors is broken. That could be from flipping upside down or drifting on the sand. I don't know. But you guys are entitled, of course. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? So make up your own mind what you think about this. I just think at this point, like today and, at this time, the most appropriate thing is to understand that a 16-year-old, which they're still going to confirm her identity, but they have found human remains in this car. So it's presumed to be 16-year-old Kiely Rodni. This is her car. License plate number checked and everything, right? So that is very sad that a 16-year-old has died just before starting her entire life, before going to college. That is, I'm still trying to process it. So it's really hard for me to now, speculate and for, everyone to say, I was right. Like, if everyone believes that they were right, we don't know yet. Keep an open mind. We don't know yet. We wait for law enforcement. I mean, the FBI is involved as well, to see what happens. Is there going to be a fight for justice for Kiely? Or what can we learn from this case? I think there's a lot to be learned from this case, right? There's still so many questions that I have as well. I have a lot of questions. I just don't want to, I just want to think about all of them, now that I'm like, because some things still make no sense to me, right? While others are so simple, they make total sense. So thank you for watching that. Right? Your foul play. So feel free to comment whatever you can have your opinion, right? Okay. So you guys can see it. Tracks on sand do not last long. Even slight wind or rain makes them disappear. And I do believe it rained. Man, I said I'm going to check that yesterday, and I still haven't checked exactly what the weather was. But yeah, that is where Kiely's car was found. So just to see another view, so you can see it. So it's not quite by this boat ramp, right? It's not quite by the boat ramp here. So if you see those social media posts, it's not quite by this boat ramp. It is just around the corner over here. And you could see from the drone footage, there's actually a bit more water in this this area. I can move over to it. This area than right here, right now on Google Earth, right? All right. So what we're waiting for, of course, is the press conference, which is happening in 1 hour and 9 minutes, right? Just want to put everything back how it was and move myself over. So law enforcement isn't what? Okay. And for anyone like bashing the police, that's also not. I really think they did a great job. I think they searched. They didn't have the equipment that Adventures with Purpose has, right? But they searched. They were out there with helicopters. They said they had a submarine. They were out there with boats, and then they called in for help, right? You know how few law enforcement agencies do that, where they actually call for help, like, hello, we need help now. Can you please come in? I mean, they'd call the FBI, Homeland Security, 16 agencies working this, and Adventures with Purpose. You know what I mean? They put their pride in their pocket, which we don't see all law enforcement agencies doing, right? Let's see what Tom says. Thank you to everyone, by the way. If you guys are supporting the channel, thank you so much. I will have a look at them at the end. I appreciate everyone so much. If it's all an accident, then my thinking is she was a 16-year-old, just started driving, intoxicated or incoherent to where she couldn't get out. All right. We need to know where she parked at the party. I think someone mentioned some parked half a mile away. Sammy showed it in one of her videos, right? Yes. Sammy showed in one of the videos that the car was like in the distance from that party area, not too far away. If they don't have the correct equipment and don't do this every day, like Adventures with Purpose, then we must give them credit for the effort, in my opinion. Same opinion. Justice for all. I mean, we've seen a lot of cases where law enforcement, they're almost like, the vibe we get is that they're too proud to ask for help, right? Like the Daniel Robinson case. We didn't see them necessarily, from what I know, ask for the FBI's assistance, right? So if they could just ask, hey, FBI, can you come help us? Equisearch, can you come help us? You know what I mean? So it's amazing that the Placer County Sheriff's Department asked for help. And they had a press conference every day. They kept everyone informed. They were very active on social media. They answered people's questions on social media. I mean, we don't see that every day either. So I think they did a great job. I think the cops really care. I think Adventures with Purpose has a lot of experience and equipment. Law enforcement and Adventures with Purpose, right? I just quickly, someone's telling me something here. Oh, thank you. Ricky says Adventures with Purpose is $1,000 away from their goal for a new piece of equipment. Okay, so if you guys want to donate to Adventures with Purpose, that would be amazing. Grizzly to crime, some police don't look at all and don't ask for help. Exactly, right? We see so many times that they're just like, they feel, I don't know, it comes across almost as either complacent or proud. That's the vibe I get. Remember, my own father was a police officer. So I've experienced it a little bit firsthand. But in South Africa, I'm from South Africa. I live in the Netherlands. Welcome to Grizzly True Crime. And so sometimes it seems like, are you complacent or are you too proud, or is it a little bit of both? But in this case, I don't see any of that. I really saw that they were very proactive, right? All right. Sorry, some of you guys are going off. So I've got notes here. Let's see. Okay, so I just want to, so let's debunk a few things. Number one, the serial killer TikToker. Clearly that's a clout chaser. Remember that guy? I hope you remember. I hope you were here for the streams. There's a TikToker that said the FBI raided his house and they were looking for that girl that went missing just a few days ago. And he said hashtag Kiely Rodni or whatever. And he looked pretty sketchy. And for a while, people were speculating that he could have her. And he said, luckily they didn't check the basement. That's a clout chaser, not appropriate. I think there should be consequences for that too. They're saying like, oh yeah, I've got her. And saying, he's an arsonist and he likes dismembering girls and stuff like that on his page. That in itself is a red flag, which now we can clear that flag as just, it is still a red flag behaviorally, but not connected to the case, right? If you look at that video when they pulled her out, there's crime scene tape at the bottom of the hill where she bottomed out, going down to the left. Okay. You mean this picture? Not this picture. All right. So anyway, so that's one of them. Was this a case of trafficking? Nope. Even though the FBI just 2 days ago rescued 200 minors that had been trafficked, and the average age was 15, and the majority came from California. Was this a runaway situation? Nope. Her family did say, trust the family, hashtag trust the family, right? Her family said she would never run away. And she didn't. Okay, so we can still, the Irion family who's in the chat, I believe they created the hashtag trust the family. And we tend to share that a lot on social media as well with cases like this. So the family's like, no, there's something really wrong. Even law enforcement here, think about it. Think about in other cases, how long it took for law enforcement to take a missing persons case seriously. Now, I know Kiely was a minor, 16. So they were like, oh, my word, okay. But you know how many times in the past people have said, my, 16-year-old is missing, and they're like, it's probably a runaway. I really think they did a good job. Hashtag trust the family. Yes. Well, that's true as well. The family also said she would not drink and drive. I believe them. Yup, good to consider as well. Yeah. So we're yet to see, from the autopsy and toxicology reports, right? So this wasn't trafficking, wasn't a runaway. She didn't crash on the side of the road. She didn't crash on the way home. She clearly, there's driving or crashing into the water. That could just be a wrong turn. Or you can fill in the blanks there, right? So those are those that I can clear. As for the rest, I don't know yet. I don't know. As I've said, from my own experience, I'm just not blind to red flags. I just can't be. I can't be. If I see red flags, I've learned not to ignore them, because if I had ignored some, I wouldn't be here today. And I've been in situations where I almost didn't survive it because I ignored the red flags. Do you know what I mean? So I have, learned to, if you see a red flag, rather consider it than not consider it at all. Because trust me, not considering it all in my life almost got me killed a few times because I'm like, it's okay, you know, especially if you are an empath, you know, if you're, oh man, that can make you so vulnerable, you know, and if you've been through trauma, if you're a victim of all sorts of things, you could really be like, okay, this is fine because you're a bit desensitized. So if I do seem a bit oversensitive to red flags, that's explainable because of who I am and what I've been through. So it's hard to apologize for that, you know. I feel unless they are doing this all the time and are constantly training, we cannot fault law enforcement. We need more AWP working with law enforcement. That would be so amazing, which is great, right? Yeah, we learn from experience. Yeah. I don't think we all think the same. This is the problem, Misguided. Please say what you think in your questions. I think we all think the same. Well, one of the questions I have that keeps coming up. So obviously the timeline thing, the 1233, the 1236, and the 1240 is interesting to me if I just consider, okay, so the car ended up in the water. So we could debate that. But the thing that bugs me is that there was apparently some parents or adults saying that the kids should not talk to law enforcement. Oh man, that bugs me. Why are you saying don't talk to them, don't say anything? That's weird. Is it really just about maybe drugs at the party or partying too hard, or what is it? You know what I mean? Yeah, this could be it. It's possible that the timeline Sammy gave us doesn't add up because she probably ditched Kiely without saying goodbye. Kiely called her asking if she still needed a ride home and ended up leaving alone. But how weird is it that then that would mean that Kiely only started driving at like, 12:30, you know, at the latest, maybe even 12:25, which is when Sammy said she left, and that's when the convoy of the whole lot of cars were leaving. So it's so weird that then would Kiely not just follow the entire convoy? It's like if everyone's going that way, why did Kiely go that way? You know what I mean? Wow. Or that. Red Flag City. It's hard, guys. It's hard. Okay, so those I've got. Then, yes, everyone. I know that Sammy has deleted her Instagram. I know. I'm aware she completely deleted her Instagram now. Yesterday, she was trying to debunk what Adventures with Purpose said. She said, have you heard from the mother? And then people were like, why are you talking about it like that? Why are you saying the mother? I think she was very stressed out, very angry, maybe couldn't process the information. And then because of beefing with people in the comments and getting a lot of heat for that, then she deleted her Instagram account. So, yes. Oof. Okay, when you say on Fox now, can you please send me the link, Kev, to grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com? I will have a look. I will have a look. Do you do it? The thing is, guys, you got to also remember, that's true. I just see an email there. Be kind to Kiely's mother. She's going through a lot right now. So much. I can't even imagine. So I see there's a lot of, I've seen chats elsewhere that it's like, whoa, they're really not nice to the mom, you know, for not following up on, oh, okay, you want to extend the curfew. And then Kiely just didn't make it home within the 45 minutes later, leave, be home, whatever. So that's, don't do that. Don't do that. It's okay to speculate and have an opinion, but not okay to accuse and name people guilty. This is the job for the FBI and police. Love your channel. Keep up the great work. Sending love and praise from Australia. Thank you, Trench Your Hands, and I completely agree with you. And yeah, for any shade I'm getting, I literally speculated red flags. Not once did I say anyone is a murderer. My mind never jumped to murder. When you guys are like, why are you looking? Well, most of you don't think like that. You think like me, right? Red flag festival, just like what? When we looked at red flags, like the story doesn't add up. For instance, Sammy, it appears that she knows more than what she's saying. Even if it's just about trying to cover the guilt of leaving a 16-year-old behind at a party that she helped organize, and it got out of hand, and just leave completely out of it, according to her, drunk, in no state to drive 16-year-old behind. That guilt could be the red flags, what she's trying to cover up. That's what we were looking at, right? No one's saying like, oh my word, like literally, this is what happened. We don't know. The black box in the car will tell a story. Time was Was the car running? Speeds? Where the exact entry point was? Exactly. And thank you, Tom, for that. That's the thing. We are keeping an open mind, not pointing fingers. So at the insinuation of things or just thinking, that doesn't add up. Let's look at the red flags. Let's make some bullet points and try to compare timelines. What is this one saying? What is law enforcement saying? What does the FBI say? Okay, what are the parents saying? And we look at that. That's what we do. That's what we do. As human beings who love true crime, right? Hey, love from your South African friend in the Netherlands. Wow. We're like two peas in a pod. That's the thing. They left her there on her own. Yep. All right. So again, I'm sorry if I missed some messages. What I want to show you, I've got a few things. I'm just trying to think now. Wait. So what I wanted to do was, let's go here. There was a post earlier where I actually saw. So let's do this. Okay. Twitter, latest. Kiely Rodni. 1 more hour till the press conference. Jagger shared this on his Instagram page. He says, "You were my entire world, and you always will be." Sorry, I'll put myself on screen so you can see me. Okay. And you always will be. I will never love someone the way I loved you. I missed you even when I was holding you in my arms. I could never get enough of you. I promised I would be with you until the end, and I was serious. Hashtag LLK. And there's like a peace dove. So, wow. What do you guys think of that? Yeah, young love is real, right? Ooh, that first love. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I'm sure we all know, right? You guys experience first love? Damn, Samantha shouting at us in all caps with exclamations all in red. I see it. We've seen it. It could also be from search and rescue, you know. Could be. Not. I saw it. The press conference is happening, you guys, in 53 minutes. Okay. Then I've also got, there's a video somewhere here as well. Hold on. Oh, wow. They shared this. Okay. Here's a picture. Oh, it's from Adventures with Purpose. I see. Yeah, Jagger was her ex, though. I know. There we go, Darlene. Let's see what you say there. An iPhone can ping last ping 15 to 20 minutes after going in. Yeah, that's what I've read. That's very strange, right? That is written very weird. Is it? See, now that one the Jagger's post I don't find weird now. But you guys, if feel free, I'm just like, what? You were my entire world, and you always will be. I will never love someone the way I loved you. I missed you even when I was holding you in my arms. I could never get enough of you. I promised I would be with you until the end, and I was serious. Wow. I don't know. I mean, he's very young as well, right? Okay, so they can keep up this work. Ooh, these pictures are so scary, on my word. Sorry, I find this underwater stuff really, really scary. They marked the tire tracks with blue... What? Did they? I'm very intuitive, but I don't believe there were any older dudes. This never made sense. Oh, Footsie's girl. Thank you for that. That must have sucked seeing the license plate and knowing what it meant. I know, right? Wow. I can't believe they got in that water and found her within half an hour of being in the Prosser Reservoir. Oh, my word.
Conducted. These episodes will be released very soon. Again, this takes time to edit. We will need to put these together in an appropriate way in order to respect law enforcement as well as the family. Those should be out, I would estimate, probably within the next week or so. The Placer County Sheriff.
Sorry, that's got music on that YouTube will absolutely hate. Right. Oh, my word. Accept the cookies. Kiely Rodni case SUV pulled from, they get it all wrong, Tahoe Lake. Guys, I can't even look at this right now. I just can't even. They got the details wrong, man. Okay, so they say, what? Now zoom all the way in. It looks like a clean cut, then redirect yourself to the right-hand side. There's a jagged line like a piece of glass on the late Kiely Rodni's car. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not a prosecutor sourced by NY State, nor detective, just somebody who loves true crime and the law. It is interesting, right? Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing Steve's Twitter handle. We'll look at it now as well. I don't know what you know who. I don't know what you know who's going to say now. I don't know. I don't know, man. Where is this other? Sorry, I found a post earlier, but there's so many posts now. Where Jagger talked. I'll go look for it if I can. But here is one. Trigger warning if anyone gets really upset by this. This is Kiely with Jagger. And this is the post that he has with the wording, right?
A couple hours, then we can go. A couple hours, then we can go.
Okay. Okay, don't talk about it though. The drama. It's not drama free, please. All right. I will find it for you. Sorry for all the scroll. I will find it for you. Let's see what they said. Yeah, I went down and did my inspection. I saw the vehicle upside down, verified the license plate and that there were remains in the vehicle. Then I came out, we called the family and authorities and let them take it from there. Wow. He said he first spotted the car, which was not visible from the surface. Oh, thank you. Sorry, people are sending me stuff. Once in the water, he said he could see it when he got down about 14 feet. Our sonar showed an object bigger than a rock that shouldn't have been there, Cantu said, adding that sonar tech can miss large objects if operators aren't properly trained. So when they say, yeah, once in the water, he said he could see it when he got down about 14 feet. You know? So he says in 14 feet of water, which then I looked at, well, what's the height of a CRV? And it's like 5.5 feet. So I'm like, that's very interesting. Then, you know, to not see it in like, let's say 9 feet of water, to not see the car with choppers, with boats, with everything. But if they went 14 feet down and then saw it, then really it means 19.5 feet down, you know? Okay. Guess it really was like looking for a needle in a haystack for those with less experience, expertise, and excellent equipment. Maybe it's easier to miss that needle than we know. Oh, man, you bring up a good point. They were like, needle in a haystack, and we don't even know where the haystack is. Wow. It's like right there, right? Was it 14 feet of water? Okay, so they're just misquoting a little bit here. 14 feet deep. Damn. Okay, 14 feet. And if the car is about 5.5, so remember, I work in meters, but 14 minus 5.5 means there's 8.5 feet of water on top of the car. Right? Yeah, they said it. True. Wow. 8.5 feet. That's not very much, right? Quite scary. Wow, you guys are showing all kinds of things. I just want to go down. What I want to find. I'm sorry for this little stall. Just be with me. There's a thing that Jagger shared here that I want to find. Damn it. It's probably really boring watching me do this. There you go.
Which means you don't have to listen to my personal opinion, but it's most likely her. And I don't know how to begin processing this.
Okay, so we'll watch this from the beginning again. Marion, if you're asking if that's my Twitter handle, yes. At Grizzly Gisela is my Twitter handle. 600 feet away from the party site is where AWP found her car. I know. So the needle in the haystack, I don't know where the haystack is. It's right there, 600 feet away, right? Wow. We've spoken with Jagger. He's heartbroken. He does look extremely and sound heartbroken here. I agree with you. So remember when there was the interview with Fox 40, Jagger and Kate, Kylie's friend, Jagger ex-boyfriend, he said, I fully believe that she's alive, that we'll find her and everything. And we were speculating, maybe that's just, his mind at his age. I believe he's 18. Is he 18, guys? Do you know? I believe he's 18. Is he 16 or 18? That's what I want to know. Because I've seen different. I don't know how to exactly verify his age from the Netherlands. I don't know. But the thing is, that was probably just, him really. We were like, is that like hope? That's like hopeful, right? Yes. And I think that was being extremely hopeful that they would, as we were all hoping. It would have been awesome if we had spotted the car in the drone flight on your channel. The thing is, with that I just showed was Steve's footage, and I believe Adventures with Purpose was watching Steve's footage as well, right? Drone footage can be very, very helpful. I think it's an extremely valuable tool to find missing persons, to add all these layers together, right? To have the drone footage, and then you've got the divers and everything, right? So, I mean, people were spotting. I must go through my emails again. People spotted. They were like, I think this is a car. There's a car there. And I'm like, oh my word, I think people are seeing things. What do they mean there's a car there? They've checked everything. Like, it made no sense to me, but there really was a car in there. Your pool is 8 feet deep, and my friend's pool is 10 feet deep. Scary they couldn't find it. That is so scary. Oh my word. Okay.
In my opinion, personally, which means you don't have to listen to my personal opinion, but it's most likely her. And I don't know how to begin processing this. And I feel like shit that I couldn't do anything about it. Just a little PSA for anyone keeping up on the Kiely situation. The search party, dive team, whatever the fuck you want to call them, the local police have not confirmed it yet. They're doing their own investigation because it was a private organization, in my opinion, personally.
See, that's the same type of, I feel, frustration, anger from him, because like they're doing their own investigation and they haven't confirmed it yet. So it would be frustrating to be like, whoa, so Adventures with Purpose is saying it's presumably her in the car, but then they have this whole process, as we know, to do the autopsy, the medical examiners are going to be there, the coroner. So I understand his frustration. I'm like, oh man, like, because only when it's 100% confirmed can they then actually start processing it, right? And even then, it's really difficult. All right. So I think that's pretty much what we've got here. And then someone was saying Fox 40. What's happening on Fox 40? Let me quickly go look. Okay. I look for us. Just remember to subscribe to Adventures with Purpose. Yay, look at me. I'm right here. That looks cool there. Oh, my word. Okay. So let's go Fox 40 News. Was Jagger at the party? I don't think so. I believe he was with his dad in Napa Valley, I believe. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he's a teenager. Denial is all that is. Exactly. Oh, but this was 11 hours ago. What do you want me to see on here? Okay. We can look at this if you want to. 9,000 hours, 16 agencies, and I'm so proud of Adventures with Purpose for coming in. And within half an hour of being in that water, finding Kiely's car, and presumably Kiely inside. They found human remains inside. Those are yet to be identified. Mike, hello. 14 foot to the top of the car. How many to the bottom? Apparently, it was in 14 feet of water. Tops, like 14 feet of water. So if the car is 5 foot 6 inches tall, which is what I looked up. Wow, it's not that deep, right? I'm going to be streaming the press conference, you guys. It looks dark and scary there. And as we know, on the night, it wasn't full moon. I think it was about half moon or so. So it does seem pretty easy to take a wrong turn and drive into this water. Especially if you left before the whole convoy. Before or after. If you left at the same time, that would make very little sense to me, because like, what? At the same time? No, then she would have followed the convoy, right? So she must have left before or after. Interesting.
And the family spokesperson did tell us is they haven't gotten any confirmation from law enforcement if the car that they took.
Did I say inches again? Yes, metric system has our lovely host confused. Did I say inches? Feet. 14 feet? I feel like I've concentrated so hard to say feet. Did I mess up? Who's saying that?
Took out of the county. I'm Garch Paul Sunga.
Okay. She was in the back seat. Sarah Jane, how do you know? How do you know? I want to know how you know. Show me where. Email it to me. Then I could show it. Yes. Rest in peace, Kiely Rodni, and condolences to her family. Did I? Oh, my word. Did I just say inches again? Like yesterday, I said it one time. I immediately corrected myself. Feet. 14 feet of water. I'm from South Africa. I live in the Netherlands. We work in kilometers, meters, centimeters. It's like that one's hard sometimes to say, to remember exactly. But yes, 14 feet. Then I convert to meters. So 4.6 meters or so. Okay. Right. So we are waiting for the press conference. Okay. So I'm going to play this video again. Because you guys are saying, I'll put the sound off. You're saying that there's crime scene tape and stuff, which I guess they would be. They don't know yet. They have to do an investigation now to see what happened, what exactly happened. Yeah, physics makes the car upside down. In many of these cases, especially if you watch Adventures with Purpose, their videos, there's many cases where the car is upside down. I mean, there's air in the tires as well. At some point, it flips over. What do they call it? I wrote it down. Wait. So, listing. It lists and rolls as it fills with water. It's explainable by physics. Yes. Okay. Which parents showed up at that time? Why did the parents show up at 4:30 in the morning to clean up the area? Why? Yeah, crime scene tape has been there the entire time, literally since all the searches, right? Exactly. I agree. I'm just showing it again because people are going wild in the chat with it. But tape. Oh man, that's so scary. So in case you guys didn't know, Adventures with Purpose, I've got a couple of notes here. So main guys, Jared Lysick, a diver, Doug Bishop, diver, and Josh, a videographer. They've got 2 teams now. They are an underwater search and recover dive team. They've solved 24 cases, cold cases in 2 years, now including Kiely's. That was the first active case that they've actually come out to help out on. Scuba diving is their specialty. One of them that you should go watch, watch all of them. There's 420 videos, right? Stephanie Torres was missing for 4 years, and they also there, in many of these cases, they found human remains in the back. So if the person wasn't wearing their seatbelt, that's one thing. Or if they were and panicked as they hit the water, then they would take off their seatbelt and try to get out of the car. There's that as well, right? So there's quite a few cases that I've seen where the human remains were found in the back. Now, Stephanie Torres' case was in Waco, Texas. So that was unsolved for 4 years, and they solved it. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Tom. And then Ethan Kazmerzak, 22 years old, was missing for 7 years from Hampton, Iowa. And there they also went in and found that vehicle. Even though law enforcement had searched the waters there at least twice and used sonar and everything that they said, Adventures with Purpose helped solve that case as well, right? No, I know. I'm not such a dumbass. It's just a language slip up. Okay. So I also want to, so we can see that. And we saw on the map where that is. So Adventures with Purpose here said, we found Kiely Rodni breaking news live stream. This is a breaking news live stream, which we watched together, right? If she really was in the backseat, it would have my mind wondering something else besides an accident had happened. Right. Wacko. Waco. Whoa, imagine saying this one. Damn, what? We found Kiely Rodni breaking news live stream. This is a breaking news live stream. We watched it together. Today, August 21st, 2022, AWP found a silver 2013 Honda CRV 14 feet underwater in Prosser Lake, north of Truckee, California, with Californian license plate number 8YUR127. Remains were found inside, believed to be those of the missing 16-year-old teen, Kiely Rodni. As of 7 p.m., AWP is still on scene as the recovery is taking place today. AWP will release further information during the live stream tomorrow. A full edit of our search and recovery efforts will be available in the next few weeks. Thank you, everyone, for your support and assistance. Donations are what brought us here and are appreciated to help with food and fuel expenses. After this case, we'll be moving on to help the next family at no charge to them or law enforcement. Donation links and merchandise can be located at adventureswithpurpose.com. Right, so I'm going to add this to the stream just as I quickly find something for you. Okay, so I would like to show you this video from Adventures with Purpose. You can actually buy this tool that they show in this video on their website, adventureswithpurpose.com. It's very helpful if you do live near bodies of water, but I think it'll be helpful in general, right? If you have a car. See, I do not. I live in the Netherlands. My vehicle is a bicycle. Okay, but if you have a car, driving near bodies of water, or if you traveling, whatever, this tool is very helpful because it can save you. It can go on your keychain. And if you do so happen, in the unlikely event to crash into water, they say the first 30 seconds, 30 to 120 seconds is very important, okay? And if you can grab that tool from your keychain, it helps you slice through the seatbelt and be able to break through the window, okay? It's a special tool that they design. Why are we saying my name with question marks? Gisela, yes, Gisela, yes. Seatbelt cutter. Or something that'll break the window. Okay, so check this out.
Welcome to today's episode where we're going to teach you all about how to break a window in the event that you need to egress from your vehicle, whether underwater or above water. We're at Pick Apart in Independence, Oregon.
It's very tough to bust a window, and we're going to show you what we think is the best ways to do that.
And there's different types of windows. There's the front windshields like this one that's actually laminated. So if you take a look at this, you cannot really bust out through a front windshield.
Doug, help me. Doug, help me. We're going underwater.
You're not even helping me, Doug.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And also, cars after 2017 are also, their side windows are also laminated. And so therefore, it's virtually impossible to break out. The reason for it is because the Department of Transportation decided it would be a good idea to help prevent those being ejected from a vehicle. Let's teach everybody today the best way to get out of a vehicle in an emergency.
What you do within the first 10 seconds, and sometimes can depend on whether or not you survive. And it could be a small accident, but once you're trapped in a vehicle and it fills with smoke, you're done. So every second matters, and most people have no clue what to do when it comes to breaking a window or how hard it is.
So I think the first thing we want to do is, jump inside of a vehicle here, Doug. And some people say, well, you have headrests that are available to break the windows to escape. So Doug, why don't you go ahead and show me on this one and go ahead and take your headrest off and break your window over there.
Okay, yeah, that's not going to happen.
So for those that say just grab the headrest, as you can see, that's not always the case.
So I've spent the majority.
So see, for everyone that's like, just grab your headdress. It can't always. Look, they don't have one here, right? Makes sense? And the t-shirts they're wearing and the caps, you can also buy on their site.
Majority of my life in the towing industry. Responding to fatal or near fatal accidents is a very common occurrence on a regular basis. The first few seconds in an emergency accident is the most critical time of an accident. It can be an accident that's not even necessarily that bad. It's just,
Sorry.
is your fender bender or is your minor collision gonna prevent the doors from opening? And is there an engine fire? The engine
Right. So actually, it's not just even in the water. Just have the tool anyway, right?
fire is one of the most toxic things that you can breathe in. The first few seconds are vital. Having this tool on your keychain, accessible and near you, it can mean that literally the difference between living or not living.
I've seen some people say, well, you know, I've got an emergency key hammer inside of my glove box. Well, I mean, we're disoriented. You have smoke going, you know, the car's upside down.
And if you get hit in that side, you're not opening that glove box. The glove box is pinched shut. You're not getting in there. Yeah. Anything that you're going to put inside your glove box, you can completely discount on using it efficiently to save your life.
Don't have a headrest. What's our next option?
Honestly, the average person, what they're going to do is panic. They're not going to know what to do. I mean, there's a big rock sitting right here. I can't break that. And I'm a pretty strong guy. So what I was just doing right there is going to be a lot more force than the average person's going to have.
Okay, so they're not going to have a rock, but you also have the opportunity.
Thank you, Mods. Thank you so much for sharing the link to buy this product that they're going to show in the chat. Thank you so much.
You know, your headrest is that
fighting to get that off right there is what's going to get you hurt.
Yeah, so there's videos online of like, yeah, you just take the.
You guys, I just quickly want to pause it. I just want to ask Mr. Grizzly to help me with this mouse issue so that I can show you the map properly, okay? Because there's a setting that's changed slightly. So could you just give me a second? What I'm going to do is I will have to, I'm going to have to do this, okay? This is what I'll do. Is it this picture? Sorry for that picture. There we go. Now, I'm going to take this off. We will come back to it, okay? Just stand by. Sorry, guys. I just want to test something out quickly. Mr. Grizzly's done it again. Mr. Grizzly's done it again. He helped me to sort that out. Okay, so stand by. Okay, and I can continue showing you the video now, sorry.
Headrest off, and then you can use that to break out your window. Well, Doug, I mean, I'm a fairly strong guy myself, like yourself, and so getting that off, so I can use it to break out the window as this car happens, let's say this car is in the river, going underwater. Holy frick, I'm already freaking out because the car is in the river. Now I'm freaking out because I watched a YouTube video that told me that I should just get this headrest off of here. And look, I took this off. Look at this. The bar that I'm supposed to be using is still stuck up there. So now I did get this off. So use that. Break the window out. Show me the strength.
I really like how they demonstrate all of this because it debunks things of people saying, you know, just do this or just do that or whatever. You guys, Mr. Grizzly has done it again. He is a software engineer, and man, when I'm having those girl moments where I'm like, I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. I tried everything. Then he really helps. Yeah. So I will show on the map again afterwards with a pointer. Okay. I will use the pointer, and let's just watch this a little bit. The press conference is starting in 23 minutes.
You're supposed to break the window, Doug.
I know that's a sun visor. Thank you. But earlier, just before this, he said headrest. He gave the example of a headrest. Now he's giving the example of a sun visor.
It's not going to work. That's going to cause you to lose your life. The electronics in the car won't let you take your key out of the ignition. So you just grab this, pull it off. Both your tools are exposed. Your seatbelt cutter instantly cut through the seat, windows open. You can go out, you're getting out, and your life is not at jeopardy. Your chance of survival is through the roof now. I had a big rock and couldn't bust through this window, and this did it in a split second. I can't break that. And I'm a pretty strong guy. So what I was just doing right there is going to be a lot more force than the average person's going to have. Having that accessible really just is what allowed me to go home to my family.
So here they say it takes 60 to 120 seconds for a car to fill up with water. Chances of escaping are very low. Okay.
And so, before you came over, you were at the front office there, we were kind of showing people, the front windshield is not breaking, even using a rock.
So what I would love for you guys to do is go to this video, how to escape from your car. Okay. I'm going to, don't go now, stay here, but I'll put it in the chat for you and I will pin it in the comments after as well. Go check it out. It's very, very useful. And let me quickly show you, where is their site? Is right here. If you go to adventureswithpurpose.com and you go to merch, you could, gear, sorry, you can go to this 2-in-1 emergency car escape tool. And it's only $6.95. So I would recommend getting yourself one if you have a car, right? Or maybe even if you don't, what if you drive with someone and you have it? I think it's a really useful tool to have. So yeah, go check it out there. All right, now I know you guys want to see the pointer because now Mr. Grizzly's fixed it. So shall we do that? Stand by, everybody. Now let's do an official map time. Okay, welcome back to another, section of map time. We already done one, but now the pointer wasn't working earlier, so now it is. Now I can actually show you. All right. So what I was trying to show you earlier is this. Here's the Prosser family campground. Okay, behind me here. I've orientated the map north for now. The party location is here. So let's just do it like 3D like this. How do we know it's right there? Steve Fisher was literally standing right there, and he flew his drone around there first and then from other places as well, but this is literally where he was walking around and finally confirming for me at least where exactly was this party, right? That they say, that they show on the clips and everything with the trees and where Sammy said the party was, right? $6.95 for a small piece of mine, totally worth it, right? For that tool, absolutely. You wish we could live in the United States? Right? So party location. Now, a lot of people were sharing that here by this boat ramp, you see, initially it was speculated that if she's in the water, she could have easily, because you can see there's a lot of roads here, just like winding around. It's actually kind of complicated to get in and out of here. And I think the GPS could sometimes get confused too, because that happens too, right? Yeah, the party was literally right here in the woods. So apparently 200 to 300 people, right? So you guys all talk about your pools. So the thing is, yes, initially it was like, could she have driven here? Could she have, I don't know, even could the car have been going off this embankment because it's pretty steep over here? And just it makes so much sense to be like, oh, okay, driving this way like this and off the boat ramp. So that is being shared on social media as, wow, so sad. Look, this is where they found a car. Like people share it as if it's right here, but it isn't right there. It's literally, you see this Elder Creek area. So if you go in here, Kylie's car was found where this pin is. And if you look at just Google Maps, this is from 2020, right? But it's just, wow, you could just see this little stream like this trickling in there, right? And that V shape that I was showing you on the, I'll put the drone footage up again so you can see, is this. So let's see, let's just go back a little bit. That. Okay, let's do it like, can we do it like this? Right there. Okay, wait. Return it. So we just gone over it already now. Let me just play it a bit. I'm going over. So go here, but go back here. All right. Thank you, Jeanette. Okay, so wait. Let me pause it there. I'm going to pause it there. That is so true. It amazes me that some of you have so many issues with how Miss Grizzly does things, yet you're still here. That's the thing. There are so many channels. There's 8 billion people in this world. There are hundreds of thousands of YouTube channels. Go watch somewhere else, you know? It's okay. So if you look at that, let's do it like this. And in the distance, like that. But you can see the water in the drone footage is more in here. So nice with the pointer working now. It was literally just a software issue with the software I use, you know? I think some people can't grasp the perspective. Find the car on the trail. It's a speck on the drone footage. I don't know what you guys are saying, but like literally, that's where her car was found. So this huge, you could see this sandbank area like this, and you can see this road. Look at this road, like a wishbone, right? We try to remember, like, you know, if you want us to have a reference point, at least just that. And then there's this huge sandbank here, and that's where we could see all the boats and everything. So by that I mean this. See? Okay. Of course they need donations. I don't know what you guys are arguing about. Is everyone getting heated in the chat? Are we okay, guys? Check your mental health. Check your anxiety levels. Check your anger and frustration, okay? Be nice to each other. All right. These cases usually do trigger a lot of emotions and frustrations. I understand that. But don't fight with each other, okay? Right. So if we look at that, now we're going to go back here. So you could see where Steve flew his drone. I know I'm just peeping over, but that's okay. You could see, I can even take myself off. Where Steve flew his drone is going in here, like this now. So as this footage goes, look, to the left of us now. So it's like he's flying in here, right? And this is where the equipment was and everything to get Kiely's car out. Okay. So that was, he was so close, flying so close to where her car was. And as I say, I still don't know what this is. This footage right here now, if you see those circles and bubbles forming on the water, I don't know what's making a bubble like that. No idea. You'll see it now. I slowed it down as well. So what's happening here now is this. Okay. Yeah, you can see what you missed before. Just trying to explain it. Yeah, Steve had a great intuition. Okay. So that's where that is. And if I just go to the end here, which is what I was showing you earlier, that's going over the campground again. So at the very back there, so not where the tree is. If you look at this now, this embankment with a tree would be somewhere here. So it's straight to the back. Like if you just look at the footage right next to it. Wait, let's put it right next to it. You see what I mean? I hope you can see it. It literally is where the car was found. Steve was standing right there. Yeah, the little tool can break the window like that. It's amazing, right? Okay, so the press conference is happening in 11 minutes. It's Steve Fisher's drone footage. He's a PI. He was out there at the time. He spoke to, I'll put this on for you guys. He spoke to Kiely's father, grandfather. He was out there. The FBI was out there, law enforcement and everything. And I think his drone footage proved to be really useful, you know, really valuable, a valuable tool to help search. I believe AWP was, they had watched the drone footage as well while they were on their way out there, which can really help to get an, you know, a really great overview, an aerial view, of course, of the area. Yes, please remember, Kiely's family could be in the live stream. Please be respectful. Thank you so much, Mercedes-Benz, for saying that. AWP says it can take 2 to 10 minutes to sync. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of Grizzlies submitted, you know, all kinds of things that they saw in the drone footage. Feel free, the video is on my channel as well, this full one over the reservoir, but it's also on Steve's channel. So if you follow him on Twitter, he has his videos unlisted, but if you follow him, you can see the links. All right, cool. So we don't have any news on, you know, why is the car like this? What happened? You know, we don't know what happened yet, but her car, Kiely's car, the license plate number was a match. It's obviously a 2013 silver Honda CRV. It was found in 14 feet of water, and there were human remains outside, which are yet to be fully confirmed by law enforcement, of course, by medical examiners, as Kiely Rodni. It's presumed to be her. Wow, that'll be quite a twist if it isn't her, right? That would be really weird. Okay, so there was that. I hope that made more sense now that the pointer was working. Then I wanted to quickly show you. I just want to see what's Prosser saying. Just stand by. They did make a statement yesterday saying, the Nevada County Sheriff's Office and the Placer County Sheriff's Office are holding an 11 a.m. press conference for media only at the Truckee Community Rec Center regarding updates on the Kiely Rodni case. So for media only, well, we got to find what media, right? Who's going to be there and who's streaming it and where are we watching it? And if we can't watch it in the moment, we'll watch it right after, right? Wherever it is, and see what they say. Okay. Yes, exactly. The end. Sorry. Wow, these messages just flying. Let me know, guys. Wait, let me check my messages just to make sure everything's okay. All right. We're okay. All right. People ask why no one could see it. The water level was way down on Google Maps. Yes, it was. Yes. I don't think. Do you guys think that? I don't think they're going to talk about the autopsy today, right? Are they? I think they take some time. Yeah. KCRA3 and Colo. Jess, if you could, I will find it, but do you mean on YouTube as well? I'm going to look on Facebook, right here on Facebook. That's where we found it all the other times, right? You can email me grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com if anyone's got links. Yeah, KCRA3 News. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so here, media conference for Kiely Rodni case, Truckee Community Center. And yesterday, 14 hours ago, they also said, this afternoon, we were notified by volunteer search group Adventures with Purpose. They have found a car and a body in the Prosser Reservoir. The Nevada County Sheriff's Office, Placer County Sheriff's Office, FBI, and allied agencies are at the scene to investigate the findings. The identity of the decedent has not been confirmed. This is a developing situation, and we will provide updates when we can. There will be a press conference tomorrow at 11 a.m., which is today. 11 a.m., of course, Truckee time, which is Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in Europe, where I am, at the Truckee Dono Recreation and Park District. Okay, so that's what's happening. Law enforcement activity at Prosser Family Campground. Just letting everybody know. Thank you, Jeanette, for your super sticker. You and your car upside down. How do you get out? Right? Look at the personnel numbers from Saturday to Sunday on Placer Sheriff. From Saturday to Sunday, yesterday. So 7 personnel assigned, and the day before that, 60. And before that, I have seen that. I've seen people making comparisons, of course. Before that, 73. Yes? So August 19th, was that a Friday? Let's just check. Let's double check here. Okay, all's good. On the 19th was Friday. So 73 personnel assigned, 18,810 personal hours, 1 dive team off-highway vehicle, 1,562 tips reviewed, and 120 additional tips to be processed. And then if we look at, they tested this alert as well. If we look at the 20th, which was Saturday, 60 personnel assigned, right? I won't read everything. That could annoy people, right? And then suddenly that was yesterday, Sunday, at 6:40 p.m., they say 7 personnel assigned. So I see. Apparently the air in the tires makes the car go upside down and the car float out further before landing. Yeah, and they also say as it's filling up with water, it's called listing. Hold on. Again. Just to make sure. It's called listing. It lists and rolls as it fills with water. And they say it's explainable by physics. Right? The dad and grandpa probably really appreciated his support. This is a crushing blow. Yes. And if you missed it, thank you, Jeanette. Steve joined us on the show yesterday for a little bit. That was very hard because, of course, he's right there. If you guys think that we're, feeling sad about the situation, imagine being right there, right? Whew, it was heartbreaking to watch, and he was standing right there saying, okay, now I got to go talk to Kiely's grandfather. So he was on the show, and then Matt was also on the show, who is a friend of some of the guys at AWP, and gave us some really good info as well. Yeah, if you've ever watched a ship sink, it's very obvious. Anyone going to watch Titanic? Yeah. All right. So that's what's happening here. And then I wanted to show you, where's that other article? Let's find it. This, and then I'll show you, let's just see how long till the press conference. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So wait, it wasn't this article. Where's this other one? Oh, man. I thought I had it. How much time do we have? I just want to see this because I want to make sure. Yeah, 4 minutes. Okay, great. Let's play this one for Gisela Fuentes. She's still missing.
22-year-old Gisela Fuentes, who remains missing since Sunday. She was last seen at an AM/PM gas station in Selma around 4 a.m. Since then, multiple searches have taken place throughout the day where she was last seen.
My granddaughter. Gisela Fuentes went to a friend's house in Selma Saturday night and left around 3 a.m. She stopped by home but went out again to grab a snack from a nearby AM/PM. The store owner told me he gave police surveillance video showing Gisela there at 4:06 in the morning. She headed west down Nebraska Avenue when she left, and that was the last time anyone saw her.
If you're listening, we love you, Mommy, and we're praying for you.
She tried calling her sister just before she went to the AM/PM, and again twice around 5:30, but her sister was asleep. The family knew by that morning something was wrong.
So make sure you pay attention to this case as well. Jalissa she's still missing, and Adventures with Purpose said they're going to help out in this case as well. Now they're taking 2 days to just recuperate and everything, and I'm sure they're also going to be preparing their videos. The whole episode about Kiely Rodni and recovering her vehicle, and then they're going to be working this case.
As soon as I got out of church, I text her and I said, Jalissa, where are you? This is Grandma. Give me a call, and nothing. And I text her again, and nothing. It's not like her. She always texts me back and says, Grandma, I'm okay. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'll come home. She never
When the
came.
family calls now, the phone goes straight to voicemail. The Selma Police Department considers this a missing persons case, explaining to me today this is irregular behavior for Jalissa, but so far the department hasn't said anything about foul play.
We know Jalissa's character, you know. We know Jalissa's character so good. We there was no question with none of us.
Jalissa's
Selma, California, I believe.
Family and friends spent the day out looking for her. They divided up, some driving, others walking, hoping for any sign.
We're out there searching the country, trying to see if we see anything, if we see her car.
But it hurts because
I will come back to this, you guys. I will come back to this case. We've covered it quite a few times as well in the past week. So please also check that out. You can just even Google Jalissa Fuentes and you'll find a lot of information as well, but we'll come back to that. So I just quickly want to see something. I believe you guys are saying WFLA has the press conference on. JB, okay. Thank you. Okay. Media's out there. Dental records? They may be able to release dental records now, G. Thanks, Crystal, for supporting the channel. Oh, it's where you live? Wow, okay. I hope you guys can hear properly. I've got the sound up as much as possible. So here as well. Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Shannon Moon. I'm the sheriff of Nevada County, and appreciate everyone's response and being here today to get some more information into our investigation. We have been working with.
Put your earphones on.
And really, since the very beginning, trying to make sure that we focus on all of our efforts being for the family. And at this time, you know, last night we did receive some information of the recovery of the vehicle that we've been searching for, and it was located inside the Prosser Lake. It's located within a search zone that we have been searching since the very beginning of our operation. We were very fortunate that we had the assistance of a volunteer group, the Adventures with Purpose, that came out with some very specific expertise and were able to help us in locating the vehicle that we had been searching for several weeks. It's at these times that we really want to recognize the reason why we're all here, and that is for this family. We've said that from day one with our staff, the incredible amount of collaboration that we've received from our partners in this region. You know, clearly being a mountain town, we're used to having great collaboration, knowing that none of us have enough resources to go around. But when we all work together, I think it is an incredible show of how committed all of our agencies are for our community here. Working hand in hand in unified command, joint command with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. Folks from the California Highway Patrol, the Truckee Police Department, and our friends from the Federal Bureau of Investigations. The amount of effort that all of these agencies put together really truly is why we're here today. And as we eliminated a lot of tips and information that was coming in, I think it's very important to understand that all of that work did lead us to this time. And being able to focus on the services that we provide to our families here that are impacted. We recovered the vehicle. We recovered the vehicle last night. We have located a decedent inside the vehicle. We believe it is our missing person. We have not been able to positively identify, but it's more than likely where we are today. And we wanted to make sure that that the family had all that information first. The last thing we want to do is have them learn information outside of our team. So I think that is one of the points that I really want to make sure that our communities know, and the folks that are watching today know, is truly how committed we've been throughout these last few weeks in coming to this resolution. It's still an active investigation, and I understand there will be, and we will continue to receive lots of questions regarding our investigation, and we will release what we can. But at this time, our commitment is to this family, and that is where we will consistently reach for making decisions on what we release. Again, it is still a very active investigation. So again, I appreciate everyone being here, getting this information out. It is the reason why we're here is because of the community support and the amount of work that was put into this investigation, to where we could clearly identify very specific areas to search. The Adventures with Purpose folks did just a fantastic job at being able to locate the vehicle as quickly as they did, based on, again, a lot of heavy lifting that the folks behind me have done throughout the last couple of weeks. So I appreciate everyone being here, and we'll open up for some questions.
I'll go first.
Yes, ma'am.
What agency called in Adventure with Purpose, and when did you decide, if it was you guys, that we needed this extra help?
Captain Sam Brown from my agency will be happy to answer this question.
Yeah, thanks. The question was, is which agency requested? I'm not exactly sure that an agency had reached out and requested from within our unified command, but as everybody's reading online and seeing all the information that was coming out, and we realized that there was an interest from Adventures with Purpose, we did link up that group with Sergeant Mike Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. They had lots of communication as they were going to be traveling to this area, and then a lot of detailed information that was shared that wasn't necessarily out to the public yet, that hopefully was of assistance to helping them locate the area to go to.
You said the car was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning. What did the AWP have that maybe you guys didn't have, or why was that missed in the initial search?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief. You know, when peace officers are out in the field and volunteers and searchers, it doesn't mean that they're experts in the field, right? These are sometimes ancillary duties, and we're calling from other agencies to try to jump in. And tracking underwater is an extremely difficult thing to do. So I think part of our debrief on any of these situations is how do we figure out to improve our services, work on our resources and the way that we use them. A lot of this equipment is high end, very expensive, and you really need to have a lot of practice and expertise. And I think that's where a group like Adventures with Purpose is able to focus and practice those skills and really hone them. And so we're appreciative that they were able to come out and locate it. I also don't want to take away, though, from anything from our volunteers, as well as law enforcement that have been out there. I mean, we literally had people swimming in the water looking down so that we didn't disturb the ground initially. You know, my understanding is the vehicle was upside down. That all.
Uh-oh.
Anything why we weren't able to do it. I also could say that we eliminated a lot of areas that we would still be searching if we didn't have all the great people out there. And that helped give them some guidance as well, I think. But clearly their expertise in diving and their equipment that they brought to the table assisted us, and we appreciate that.
Did they specifically have any specific technology that all of these 16?
Sorry, I don't know why. There's a little break. Come on, man.
It'd be easier for a person to do this.
I don't know exactly what we're talking about in regards to red tape. I think that from the very beginning, we never deterred anybody other than certain scenes that we closed off at times that became areas of interest and we wanted to protect for evidence. So I don't know that there was any red tape ever put on this. I mean, if you look at the amount of man hours that went into it, it was like over 15,000. And I know it's even higher than that now. I don't think there was ever red tape. There were maps created for civilians to be out. The boat ramp in the lake were never actually shut down, because the way we were looking at it is more eyes out there, the better off we're going to be for finding Kiely, and that was continually the goal. So I'm not sure that there was ever red tape. I think it comes down to lots of factors, and like I said, we're going to debrief and try to figure out how do we become better and do a better job at these types of operations.
Why did agencies believe it was an abduction at first?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of miscommunication. I don't know that it was ever labeled as an abduction. I think that you can never take that off the table. And so as we talked as a command group and unified command with all my partners that you see behind us, you couldn't remove that off the table because we hadn't found her. And so, that was some of the struggles with some of the services that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said that it was an abduction. I think that was clarified fairly early on. But we also probably wouldn't have received all the services and all the people if that wasn't an option. If this was truly a search and rescue mission, we may not have had all the resources to conduct interviews. I think they identified over 400 juveniles, and to be able to interview all of those folks and provide feedback off of all that, it takes an army of people. And I think we were lucky to be able to put that together between my partners and agencies that are right behind me.
Did any of the juveniles, anybody mention a car going over the side, a car in the water, out of all those?
I don't believe that statement was made, not to my knowledge.
Was there any indication that this was an accident or foul play?
That's still being investigated. If we'd like, we could turn it over for CHP and give some information. They are conducting the accident investigation utilizing their MAPE team.
Good morning, Josh Ellers, Assistant Chief of CHP Valley Division based in Sacramento, which Truckey's a part of. I can confirm that our department is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation. We're harnessing all of our resources, working with all of our partners here. As you see, we're utilizing our MAPE team, our multidisciplinary accident investigation team, to harness more data from the vehicle that was recovered. Also, we've utilized all of our air resources to map and video and take photographs of the area in question. And that's currently ongoing, so I can't comment on the nature and details of that investigation, but I certainly appreciate all the partnership that we have here with our local county and state partners. We'll continue to assist in any overarching way that we can as an agency.
Do we know how close the vehicle was to that actual party site?
I don't have the exact location in terms of distance, but it was relatively close to the area in question.
Like a few hundred yards or half a mile?
I couldn't say. I haven't seen the exact data and the mapping. That's still ongoing.
Did many partygoers leave by the same route?
Now, I can't comment on all of that, but what I can tell you is, and I think it's been discussed, is this is a very popular area. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of vehicular traffic on and off road. So certainly crisscrossed and a lot of extensive movement in that area continually throughout this time of year.
Is there any suspicion that it could have been another car who maybe hit this car, or was it a one-person car situation?
I don't have that information that I could comment on at this time. What I can tell you is we'll do a thorough investigation. We'll take every bit and piece of information that we have, including what's already been provided to us, and we'll reach some conclusions that will be provided to the parties of interest.
Before Adventures with Purpose went out there this weekend, when was the last time that we had swimmers or divers from any of these 16 agencies out there searching that area?
I'd defer back to the Nevada County Sheriff for that question.
Yeah, I would say that we actually had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there. There were many ponds they were following up on Coldstream, as well as other bodies of water. So I don't know that dive teams ever discontinued. It was more of trying to still follow up on all of those things. And I believe Adventures with Purpose also had been diving at other lakes as well within the area.
Is there any time from the time that Adventures with Purpose started, how long it took them to find it?
You're talking on Prosser Lake specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was relatively quickly, but I don't have an exact time. Like, again, we're gonna have to debrief with them, figure out, between putting equipment down, getting in the water, and identifying where the car was at.
Can you talk about what happened last night in terms of taking the car out? What kind of law enforcement was there, and what happened last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the law enforcement partners you see behind me were present during that time, trying to do the best they could for ensuring that everything was done correctly, and also trying to add some levels of privacy to the best of the ability in worrying about the family and ensuring that they were covered as well. But I mean, beyond that, I don't know what your specific question is asking.
Logistically, how do you get a car out that's offshore? How does that happen? And then where does the car go? What happens? What happens from last night to when you arrived to today?
Yeah, so once the car was located, dive teams were assembled. I believe Placer County was probably still the primary dive team. They have to use lots of devices to lift the car, turn it over, and then the use of tow trucks was what made it possible for pulling the vehicle out of the water. And the vehicle is taken down. The FBI has offered up assistance and are going to be helping to conduct investigation regarding the vehicle itself, and making sure that we don't miss something that may be in there that we're not aware of.
Are you guys confident the car was in the water since the night of the party?
I have no reason to believe that it wasn't, but until we have those answers, I wouldn't know the answer to it.
Can you just clarify as far as what teams had been in that area before Adventures with Purpose, if any, on that specific, on Prosser?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost so many that it would be hard to link out between the different teams. There were numerous boats, Yuba County, Alameda, Nevada County, Placer County. Swimmers came from Washoe County. We had divers from every single one of those agencies and then some. I mean, it was a vast amount of people. And I would just say, unless you've conducted these types of searches and tried to do it, it does take a level of expertise, and nothing's perfect. When you fly a helicopter over the air trying to identify if something is there, most places give that less than a 5% probability of detection, meaning if you flew over, you only have a 5% chance of seeing something. You had trees and brush and bushes and dirt and all these other things, and it becomes a pretty difficult task. Even though once you find the answer, on hindsight, everything looks 20/20. The reality is it's not that simple. It is pretty complex and it's tough. So again, we're just appreciative that the resources came out and were able to help us in locating.
Were there signs that the person in the car tried to escape?
I think that's too preliminary for us to be able to determine that at this time.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
Describe the difficulty of what water does over 2 weeks to evidence.
It depends. That's a complicated question. I'm not an expert in water. However, temperature of the water and things like that come into play. But it can add difficulty based on many factors that can cause damage to, obviously, things that we want to look at to investigate, but also to bodies that may have been submerged for a period of time.
There likely could have been tire tracks or some type of signal that a car did go into the water there. Did rain impact that? Did this heavy activity in the area impede seeing those signs?
I think everything's a factor, but again, that's where we rely on the MAPE team from CHP to come in with their expertise and be able to provide some of those answers.
And it seems that Adventures with Purpose have pretty sophisticated equipment. Is this something that the agencies here have, or you all still need?
Yeah, I'll have to debrief with them to figure out what equipment exactly they use to see if it's items that we have or if it's a matter of training with the items that we have. So until we talk to them and know exactly what they used and how they went about it, I wouldn't be able to answer that correctly.
They also said the car was 14 feet deep. Did y'all go that far to look for the car?
Yeah, some of that information is sometimes deceiving. So yeah, the car was reported at 14 or 15 feet. However, the water level since the 6th has also dropped a vertical 3.5 to 4 feet, which could be 20 to 25 feet off of shore. So a lot of things have changed in those aspects. Until we really can look into all that information and sort through it, it's difficult to say whether those factors had a play in it or not. I think it's still more important for us to debrief, look at training, look at equipment, look at tools, and look at outside entities that are experts where this is maybe their full-time gig that they do, and try to see how we have that involvement from the community to come out and help support.
At this time, can you tell if there are any signs of foul play?
At this time, we're not going to be able to say anything like that.
It's been said that people were drinking at the party that night. Was anything found in the car that could lead you to believe that she was drinking that, or the person found was?
Yeah, the investigation's ongoing, so we're not going to be able to comment on that.
It seemed like where they found the car, it might have been pretty far from the road. Do you have suspicions that maybe the people were parking on that little island?
I wouldn't be able to comment on that either unless somebody gave some statements to that. I hadn't heard any information like that.
Do you have any theories as to how the car got in the water, and also what gear was the car found in?
I think if I make up theories, then I'm just guessing, and I'm going to lead us back into a trail that's not certain. So we'll wait until we have those facts and details. And as far as the car, we're not going to release any information until we've done a solid investigation on it.
Who received the first call from Adventures with Purpose, and what was that call like?
I don't know that we received a first call. I think we reached out to them after we read it online. And so I'm not sure, I mean, again, with 150 law enforcement officials, it's possible that a call came in and something happened. But from the Unified Command and talking with my partners, none of us were aware of an initial. So we tasked the investigative sergeant with contacting them and reaching out. So I believe, best I know, we did that proactively on our end.
And they contacted the family?
I think there's still some sketchy details on exactly how that contact went out. So I don't want to speak on behalf of the family.
What was it when you heard, you personally, when you heard that they might have found the car? What went through your head?
Well, I think what we all are thinking, which is hopefully this is true, and we got a lot of work ahead of us to make sure that we still do right by the family. Our biggest concern is making sure that the family has been aware of everything from day one, and that we're not shielding them, but we're also not bombarding them with things. There's a lot of ups and downs throughout this investigation, a lot of emotional turns throughout the whole thing, and our goal was to make sure we're supportive of the family throughout this whole task and doing our best in that.
How long will an investigation into the car, maybe that's for Highway Patrol or FBI, how long does an investigation to look at a car take to figure out what may have happened?
I mean, I think there's a lot of factors in that. I don't mind turning it over to CHP and let them.
Because obviously we have a multifaceted investigation with multiple agencies, it can take time. The FBI is working, evaluating the vehicle. We have to come in and do that. We want to allow them to work. We'll come in and examine data, examine the vehicle, have all of our investigators look at that car. So depending on circumstances, it can be several days, it could be several weeks. We also want to wait on other information related from the coroner's office and other things that all get compiled into a comprehensive investigation. So the easy answer is it could take a while.
All right, we've had the opportunity to hear from most reporters. Most have asked 2 questions. Is there anybody that had a follow-up question that they have not been able to ask yet? Go ahead, sir.
There was a report that Adventures with Purpose was told by police that they did not need to search Prosser, or at least in this specific area where the car was found, because that had been extensively searched already. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably not accurate. And we shared maps, ping information, and locations. And so we probably shared that was extensively searched and sonar was used, and that may add to the level of where they chose to go to first or last. However, nothing was prevented or shared. And I don't believe that we gave any indication that we thought we knew where she was at, because clearly from all of our daily press releases, we reported over and over again that we didn't know where she was at, and we needed anybody's help and assistance in finding that location.
But you were working in partnership with Adventure with Purpose?
Yeah, I believe that what ultimately occurred was that our sergeant was able to make contact with them, Sergeant Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office, come up with a plan and share information on where things were at. So we're still appreciative, like I said, of them being able to locate the vehicle.
Will they get the cash reward for helping find the vehicle and the body?
It's not a question I'll be able to answer.
May I ask, have you been able to determine a cause of death, and will there be a toxicology report conducted?
The question was, have we determined cause of death, and will there be a toxicology inquest? Yes. Autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. Toxicology results generally take 4 to 6 weeks for a return on those, and at that time we will provide that back over to Nevada County.
Thank you. Does anyone from the family want to make any comments at this point specifically about this massive search and all the tips that came in?
Don't believe they do at this point. Yeah. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up the press conference. Thank you all for coming here today. We certainly appreciate it, and pay attention to both Placer County Sheriff's Office as well as Nevada County Sheriff's Office as we continue to share details as they become available. Thank you.
Breaking news on.
Sorry if that was loud. I was going to tell you guys, okay, adjust your earphones again. Breaking news, JB. Oh my word. So I've been taking lots of notes. That was very interesting. I just quickly want to see if it's anywhere else because you guys were saying KCRA News was better. So let's go have a look. Some of the questions were pretty interesting. Yep.
For the family. And at this time, last night we did receive some information of the recovery.
There are some new faces here, so that's interesting. You guys want to hear it again from here or no? Do you want me to just talk through what they said? I actually want to go to the questions section because that was interesting. Some of it, right? So let's look at some of the notes. So the vehicle was located in Prosser Lake. It was within the search zone that they had searched extensively. They said that we must remember that we're all here for the family. There was a decedent in the vehicle yet to be identified. Some of you are saying yes and no. I'll just tell you some of my little notes here, right? They said that there was a decedent in the vehicle and later confirmed that tomorrow is when the autopsy is happening. The toxicology report will take 4 to 6 weeks to complete. They do believe that the decedent in the vehicle is our missing person, they said. This is a active investigation, and they also said highly active investigation. They will release what they can. When asked if they believe this is foul play, they say they can't comment on that. When asked, about people leaving the party, can't comment on that. If it's the same route that they would have all taken or whatever, right? Has Adventure with Purpose contacted the family? They weren't too clear on how that happened, but I mean, Adventures with Purpose. I mean, Steve was out there talking to the grandfather, Kylie's grandfather. He even spoke to Kylie's dad when he was out there just looking around the party area. So, where they were like, I don't know how they contacted them, but they contacted them. Anyway, so they said that extensively searched Prosser, but they didn't prevent Adventures of the Purpose from, they didn't say don't search it or prevent them from searching it. They just told them, well, we've searched it already with all of our equipment. Where's these other notes? I had a whole bunch of other notes. With divers, with swimmers, with sonar, with their boats, with their choppers, even though they said there's a 5% chance. Wow, that sounds very low, right? 5% chance of seeing things from the air like that. 19,000 hours, and it took the private divers 35 minutes. I mean, that is amazing for Adventure of the Purpose. I like to focus on the positive, and I'm like, damn, that was amazing for Adventures of the Purpose, right? They did a really great job. So the unified command is what they've called it from the beginning. 16 agencies working together. They say they're not too sure who reached out to Adventures of Purpose, but they'd heard about them and they believe they read about it online and somehow made the connection, right? I mean, Angela Musalam, the public information officer, who wasn't here now, I don't know why, but she runs the social media accounts, and maybe she saw Adventures of the Purpose and everybody's saying, have you contacted Adventures of the Purpose, Adventures of the Purpose? So maybe she made the connection, which I would then commend her for, because Adventures of Purpose, look at the results they got, right? So yeah, sorry, I wrote here divers, swimmers, sonar, ROV, he said, but Adventures of the Purpose has high-end, very expensive equipment and expertise. They need to, I wrote here, protect for evidence. So I don't know what that was about. They just need to, I don't know, I wrote protect for evidence, sorry. But they've got more than 15,000 man hours logged on this case. They will be re-looking at their training, thinking of how they can do better in the future. And they said the water level recently dropped 3.5 to 4 feet. Now, I missed the date. Did you guys get the date? That's what I was trying to hear. At what point did this, you mean from when Kiely went missing until now? So in the last 2 weeks, the water level has dropped 3.5 to 4 feet is what they said. Right? Family was there when the cars were found. That's true. They were. The grandfather was there, and I believe the dad was there too, right? And they did say that they never said this was an abduction, although they, of course, said we are not labeling it as an abduction, but we are treating it as an abduction, right? Yeah, Captain Sam Brown over here is very stressed today. He's very red in the face, very stressed. It is a highly stressful situation. Imagine it. I mean, I guess the emotion could be it's a little bit embarrassing, maybe. Maybe. It shouldn't be. I think they did a great job at calling. If they were looking and looking and looking and they couldn't find anything to then call for help, I think that is amazing because we don't often see that, right? But what do you guys think? Now, I don't know yet. You guys were asking, a lot of you, has a phone been found? I have the same question. Did they find a phone? Is the laptop in the car? She packed a bag. Were those hoodies in the car? Why is the back window half open? Half down, halfway down, right? Why? You know, are those 2 hoodies in the car just out of interest sake? Because they shared that with us. Was she wearing the jewelry? Just out of interest sake, you know, for closure. Like, did they share, you know, can they share that with us eventually, right? Did the airbags deploy? Doesn't look like it from the picture we saw. Here's the picture. There is the picture. I put at the bottom here Team Kiely because I can see people are fighting a lot. Today, people are fighting a lot. And I only giggle because I understand. I understand things can get real heated in cases like this. Lots of different opinions. You know, some people 100% believe foul play. Others do not. You know, just like it's so simple, it's so obvious. I am personally on the fence, and it sounds like so is law enforcement because they say we can't comment on that. Can't comment on anything to do. Can't comment on if it's foul play or not. Now, I also wonder where the PIO is, not the Public Information Officer, right? PIO. Well, that's scary. This shows us how many more people may be overlooked. Sheesh. Unless we have more people like Adventures with Purpose, or maybe if you guys keep subscribing and donating and supporting them, the team will grow. There must be other expert divers out there. I'm a swimmer. I should apply. Although this is very scary stuff. Oh my word, this job is so scary. I'm not an expert at scuba diving or diving. Oh, no. But I can swim. They need a swimmer. I really love what they do. I think they did an amazing job. I also wonder, why was Angela not at the presser? Couple of new faces, right? No airbags deployed. And you can see the window. You could see behind that yellow tank. You could see that back window. At least one of them is halfway down. We don't know if both of them were. They could be. Thank you. Elmer's World. Gee, would it be an amazing asset to their team? Damn, I would love to be on the team. Oh, my word. South African living in the Netherlands. I feel like I'm in the wrong country. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the wrong country. Because, wow. Adventures with Purpose. Sure. I feel the purpose, you know, that they feel. I feel it. As this community grows, I feel like, man, if we could just connect the dots, you know, like everyone chip in, you know what I mean? And just with passion, do everything with passion. So Steve went out there on his own time with his own money, took the drone footage, and that's not what he went out there to help search for Kiely Rodni. But that drone footage and Adventures with Purpose watching the drone footage, and then law enforcement also talking to all of them, saying maybe where the phone last pinged just so that there's at least a bit of a narrow area to search. And then Adventures with Purpose finding Kiely Rodni's car and presumably her in the car. Whoa, within 35 minutes, that is incredible. That is a purpose-driven life, right? Oh, man. Wow, that's scary, right? BDT. Rolling the windows down would allow the water to wash some evidence away if foul play is involved. Now, why do you guys think that the back window is rolled down? I don't know why. You know, maybe Kiely was feeling like she needed fresh air, or maybe she just drove off after. I remember a whole bunch of, Sammy said it was Kiely and Sammy and some other friends in the car charging phones. Maybe they'd had the windows rolled down and she just thought, I'm just going to drive home like that. You know, we don't know. But that is very interesting then that she wasn't able to then get out. Right? Yes. SF Investigate. Steve is awesome. So wait, let me just see. I just want to see what you guys want me to do. Do you want me to, we're still going to look at the Joseph Fuentes one and then we'll call it a day. We've been here for quite a while, huh? So let's do that. I'll rather pin the press conference, right? It's this audio always sucks. It always sucks, right? They said that, but no. I think that's changed a little bit. Not? I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't say, right? One of the investigators did indicate they're investigating it through the accident unit. All right. Okay. So I just want to quickly go here. Stand by, everybody. I just want to unpin this message because that's now old. All right. So, I mean, wow, my emails are just blowing up. You say you've sent me email? For what? I see it. Wow. Hello, Coogie. Welcome. I don't know. So let me know what you guys, what do you guys think? Yeah, move to America. I mean, I do like the Netherlands. It's so nice. Small town, village, cycling around. But, adventures with purpose and helping out with missing person cases and true criming. It does sound great, right? I don't think it's as easy as just move there. I can't see the back window at all. Where are you seeing the back window? If it's down partially, you can literally see it behind the guy's yellow tank. You can see the glass. I'll show you now. There we go. Have a look. So let me know what you guys think. I'm sure they're investigating from different angles. Exactly. Right? There was one thing I wanted to find. Sorry for all the typing. Just have a look at the picture in the meantime. I just want to see quickly. Yes, this one. Thank you to Petra who sent me this. There you go. This is what I wanted to show you. Just some background information of the lodge. Have you guys seen this? It's from 2012. True Sunset Chaser, true. Okay. They say this is from 2012 about the Lost Trail Lodge, which was Kiely's home. It was a bright and cold morning when we headed out on a 4-mile snow-covered trek to Lost Trail Lodge near the town of Truckee, nestled in the mountains between Sugar Bowl and Squaw Valley. When conditions are right, folks hungry for a little backcountry gear up with snowshoes or cross-country skis, leave the car and daily stresses behind and escape to a quiet, off-the-grid lodge hidden 4 miles deep in Cold Stream Canyon, where they find all the comforts of home. After crossing a log footbridge at the end of our walk, Lady, the great Pyrenees, an unofficial mascot, led the way to the retreat, where bluegrass music and a warm fire awaited. There's this old cliche, enter as strangers, leave as friends. It actually happens here, said innkeeper Gisela Rodni, who lives at and manages the lodge with her partner, Tony Niemann, and daughter Kiely Rodni, age 7. Lindsay is homeschooling Kiely, a talented young fiddler who likes to make snowmen and snow angels this time of year. This is the family's 3rd winter living at the lodge full-time. Rodney's father, David Robinson, built the lodge 14 years ago after leaving behind a miserable career as the owner of a Tahoe water company. Instead, he wanted a job where he could give back. Thanks, Clifford, for your sticker. I'm not sure. They have to do an official one. It always takes time. We see it in all the cases, right? Thank you so much. What could I do to keep people smiling? He recalls asking himself. He started a bed and breakfast. So this is Kiely's grandfather, right? He started a bed and breakfast in Montana before returning to the region of his roots, where he set out to create the Lost Trail Lodge. The 3,700 square foot retreat is completely off the grid, with 5 self-contained cabins, a well-stocked communal kitchen, a family-style dining area, and great room. Guests can bring their own food or hire a local caterer to cook up a gourmet meal. The innkeepers live right upstairs and are happy to assist with building a fire in the morning and point guests in the direction of local winter activities. There is no television, cell phone, or internet service. Some guests like to socialize and sit around the table, sipping wine and telling stories with other guests. Others choose solitude in their private rooms, tucked away with a good book and the option to sleep in late. They just kind of unplug and relax, Rodni said. Cabins are equipped with bathrooms, jacuzzi tubs, parlor stoves, and at least 3 beds with clean linens and down comforters and private entrances to the deck and stunning outdoor views. In the morning, guests can pad out into the large hallways in their socks if they want to grab a cup of coffee from the kitchen. These days, the lodge is filled up nearly every weekend from now until April. Right now, they're closed, by the way, guys. They put it on their website that they are closed. They said, our daughter is missing and we are closed for now. So sad, right? Okay, so sorry, I was just checking what. Okay, so these days the lodge is filled up nearly every weekend from now till April. We have a lot of returning guests who come back year after year, Rodni said. The New Year holiday is expected to be a big party. Sacramento and San Francisco-based clientele make up the bulk of the lodge's stays. Visitors are a mix of those who traverse the local ridges with backcountry guides, aging baby boomers who want a soft adventure, younger families, and former extreme outdoorsy types who seek out a safer, more comfortable environment now that they have children in tow. Rodni keeps a high chair and chest of toys on hand. Kids who come out, they'll love it, or they love it. They're bummed when they have to leave, said Rodni. From the front door, guests can access some of the Sierra Nevada's best Nordic and alpine skiing and ice climbing terrain in the summer months, located just 6 miles from the Pacific Crest. So this is Kiely's home, all right? I'm just explaining it because here they also talk a little bit about Kiely there, here and there, right? It's located within a vast network of trails, ideal for mountain bicycling, hiking, horseback riding. Lining the walls of the lodge are topographical maps of the area showing a patchwork of Tahoe National Forest, private, Sierra Pacific Industries, and state park lands. You can go out the front door and go anywhere and be satisfied, Rodni said. For others, just getting to the lodge is adventure enough. Traversing the 4 miles that follow meandering streams, frozen ponds, and rugged snow-sculptured mountain scenery takes anywhere from 2 to 5 hours, depending on skill level and distractions. Pause to sit in the quiet stillness for a sip from the thermos. Look for animal tracks or snap some photographs of the icy, crystallized world. I think they're really proud. It's almost like an accomplishment to them, Rodni said of the visitors who find the hike to be a great wilderness challenge. Robertson happily donned his winter parka and boots to show us the impressive solar array and a couple of backup diesel generators he installed to power the lodge. In the summer months, managers carefully stock up with several truckloads of supplies and staples like 20 cords of firewood and 500 gallons of diesel. Phone service is sketchy, so it's always best to be prepared for what could be a long haul. It's an uncertain feeling, Robinson said of Sierra Nevada winters. Rodni and her family usually make a trip to town once a week, but are prepared to survive 4 to 6 weeks if they have to. 2 years ago, Robinson remembered the worst winter storm on record for the lodge. He pointed to a tree in the front yard where a ribbon tied high up the trunk marks the memorable snow line. Despite the remoteness, innkeepers are not prone to cabin fever. A steady stream of new visitors keeps that in check. Inside the lodge, the walls and ceiling are decorated with Robinson's collections of vintage goods reminiscent of an Americana museum he picked up over the years from Saturday morning swap meets. There's old skis and skates, animal furs, deer antlers, carved totems, lanterns, and photos create a homey, nostalgic vibe. Lindsay loaded the Thompson stove with an armful of firewood. Worries dissolved, and time seemed to stop as young Kiely sang and fiddled bluegrass tunes accompanied on mandolin by her grandfather and visiting Truckee musician. That is a French name that's hard to say. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you a little bit of that, because remember, we want to focus on Kiely, of course. All right, and then I just quickly, I have 2 more things to do. So stand by 1 second, it would be this one. So I want to just show you that. If it makes you sad, I'm sorry about that.
she would sing along. And I will never forget her face when she revealed to me that she didn't love singing in the Grand Ole Opry. Her eyes were always sparkled when she sang those songs. While she was hanging the clothes on the lawn, I was a kid just coming along. Well, I'd be playing in the grass and her voice singing obliviously. But there ain't no doubt about it, she sure made a mark on me. She played old gospel records on the phonograph. We turned them up loud and we sing along, but those days have passed. Because now that I am older, it hurts to be that I was singing in the grandest offering. And we'd sing, spin around, Chevy, divide with me. Till I ride the gospel ship of heaven Jubilee. And in that great triumphant holy and my soul free. And my burdens will be lifted when my Savior's face I see. So I don't want to get adjusted to this world below. Cause I know I'll have it till it comes time to go. And nothing on this earth is half as dear to me as the sound of my mama's offering. As the sound of my mama's offering.
Okay, I just wanted to show you guys that in case you haven't seen it. I'm gonna show another clip at the end, but what I just quickly want to do as well is just show you, go to this channel. Amanda S. Vida has got this video, which I'm not 100% sure. I think Amanda made this video, but this is about Gisela Fuentes. So let's just quickly look at this. I don't want to rush through it. I just mean, I know we've been here for a while and I want maximum attention. So please go and look at the flyer. It's all over social media as well, on Twitter, Gisela Fuentes. But just let's look at this clip. Okay, so, this is what Adventures with Purpose will be working on next on this case.
I feel helpless. So helpless, like I've never felt like this.
Come home, baby. We need you. We want you over here. And if somebody has her, please let her go. Please let her come home.
The family mentioned Jalissa would often go to the orchard in the countryside just to hang out and think. They said that she had a friend who passed away last month and she would go there from time to time with him. They think that may have been where she was headed. So they've spent a lot of time over the past couple of days looking out in those orchards, looking in the countryside. And of course, no luck so far.
Gisela Fuentes' car is missing as well. It is a gray 2011 Hyundai Accent with a license plate number of 8MPU766. It has a mark or dent on the front passenger side of the wheel frame. If you have any information on where she might be or any other tip that you think could help police find her, call 559-891-2252.
Trying to find anything any belongings of my daughter, whether it was her purse, any of her clothing, her car, and I hate to say it, even my daughter
Jalissa
herself.
was last seen at this AM/PM at Highland and Nebraska Avenues in Selma last Sunday. Here's surveillance video from that day. Jalissa pulls up at 4:04 a.m. She buys a cigar and she's back in her 2011 silver Hyundai Accent by 4:06 a.m. But then she drives off and makes a left on Nebraska Avenue. Her parents say she lives with grandma and she should have made a right turn to go back home.
We don't know why she turned left.
Her loved ones don't think Jalissa would disappear on her own though.
Her phone's been off. We've been sending text messages, calling it, but it's been off since Sunday.
The Fuentes say Jalissa's sister had 2 missed FaceTime calls from Jalissa's number at 5:24 and 5:25 a.m. That's about an hour and a half after she left the gas station.
This is by far my worst week ever of my life.
We're desperate. We need my baby back. So if somebody knows where she's at, please let her go. If you know anything, please let us know. Because I know my baby wouldn't give up.
There is a $5,000 reward for information leading to Jalissa's whereabouts. If you know anything about this case, please contact Selma Police.
I'm lost. I can't do nothing.
The reward for information about Jalissa is now at $7,000.
And I believe now it's at $10,000, you guys. So, Gisela Fuentes. Please look that up as well. Share the flyer. It's on social media. share this portion if you can clip it of the episode as well. Sorry, I just want to play one more thing and then I'm going to play this one. All right. Thank you everyone for joining me here today. I really, really appreciate it. I will see you again soon when there's any news. They said the autopsy will be performed tomorrow. So we will see if there's any news from that. I hope I didn't miss anything. There's a lot to think about, a lot to consider. So yes, but mostly please think of Kiely's family at this time who are grieving the loss of 16-year-old Kiely Rodni. All right. So I'm going to play this for you as the outro today.
But you can't stop them. He's stuck on all the screen door, sorry, but I got to go. And that was all she wrote. Her mama's heart was broke, and that was all she wrote. And so the story goes. Now Daddy's in the kitchen, staring at the window, scratching and racking his brains. I've been 18 years just hoping I'll walk away. To be a woman and she's gone in the blink of an eye. She left the stores in the bucket and the clothes hanging out with her clothes hanging out the line. Now don't you wonder when the preacher's gonna preach about Sunday morning? Nothing quite like this has happened here before. Well, you must have been a girl, smooth like a salamander. Looking around you, girl. Just hop and run, 'cause you can't miss time, and you can't stop them. Running into the beauty shops, throwing down stops in middle hand lemonade. After 18 years, it's nothing to walk away. A little ponytail girl don't have to be